In Blaze's Metro courtroom, Christina wakes up and finds Blaze watching her sleep and pokes fun at her for it. Blaze says she got lost in thought, and she was thinking how lucky she is to have her in her bed in her life. They kiss, and Christina's stomach growls and says this baby is not subtle. Blaze orders them breakfast and then says she's going to grab a quick shower. Christina thinks she should get up, but Blaze insists she doesn't and they'll have breakfast in bed. Christina looks at the photo of the ultrasound on her phone when suddenly a woman lets herself in announcing, "Allison, Mommy's here." She sees Christina in bed and both are startled. Christina gets out of bed and introduces herself to Mrs. Roger Ramirez. Natalia corrects her and says it's Miss. Blaze comes out still in her robe and is shocked her mother is here early. Natalie says she was shocked to find this young woman in her bed. Natalia wants an explanation. Christina quickly explains they had a girls' night, and it got late so Allison let her crash here. Natalia buys Christina's lie and embraces her daughter. Blaze asks how she got in here, and Natalia her name is on the registry for this room too. So she got a key card. Natalia begins to unpack and says she brought Blaze sandals from Puerto Rico. Blaze asks if they are vegan, and Natalia dismisses the comment. She also brought some of her grandmother's coconut pudding, which Blaze has repeatedly said she doesn't like. Natalia claims she said no such thing to her. Christina says it's the texture, it's the same with avocado and flan. Natalia says she thinks she knows her daughter. Blaze asks her mother if she really knows her, as she didn't know she lied to her earlier, and it's not the first time she's kept something from her. Natalia asks what she's lied about. Christina tries to go, but Blaze asks her to stay. Christina goes to Blaze's side, and Blaze says Christina was covering for her earlier. Natalie asks what she's done. Is she sick? Blaze says she's great, and Christina is more than her friend. At Maxie's, Spinelli looks around for Maxie and the kids, but no one is there. Maxie opens the front door and explains she had an early start today, that the kids are in the car, and that she's meeting her mom at school to help set up for the arts and crafts fair. He's glad she's not avoiding him. She asks why he thinks she'd be avoiding him. He thinks back to their kiss and says because of what happened last night. They're interrupted when Sonny shows up at the door looking for Spinelli. Sonny tells Spinelli he's a hard man to find and didn't know he was living here. Maxie explains it's temporary as he has a pipe problem at his place. She departs, and Sonny lets Spinelli know he has a job for him. Spinelli says it's been a long time since he's worked for him. The last time was before the passing of Jason. He also makes it clear that his dangerous work for Sonny contributed to the demise of his marriage with Ellie. Sonny says this is a low-risk job, and Jason trusted him with his life, so that is good enough for him. Spinelli states this job can't put anyone in this house in danger. Sonny would never put Maxie or the kids in danger as he knows how much they all mean to him. Spinelli takes the job, and Sonny offers to have his contractor deal with the leak in his apartment. Spinelli admits there is no leak. It was a ruse to move in and help Maxie with her bills. Sonny says that's a lot of trouble to let someone know you care about them, and suggests he just tell Maxie how he feels. Sonny goes to leave, and Spinelli says, "I miss Stone Cold too." Sonny is a bit rattled, but says he'll keep in touch. Maxie returns later and sees Spinelli still there. She thinks she should get to the office, rambles, but finally says, "You kissed me last night." He says he did, and she kissed him back. So what happens next? John sits at the counter at Bobby's, and Carly gets him some coffee. She asks why he's in town, and he reveals he works with the FBI and introduces himself. She realizes he is related to Stone and guesses he's here to find out about Sonny. She won't give him any info, but he assures her that he's not building a case against her ex, but he does feel Sonny belongs in jail. Carly won't continue this conversation without her lawyer, and John again says he's not here to investigate Sonny. She points out he just said he wants him in jail and reminds him that Sonny took amazing care of Stone. Carly says she didn't know Stone, but her son's middle name was Stone. John reveals his son is named Stone too. Carly says they both cared about Stone, and he should be thankful someone took care of Stone when he needed it. John says Sonny also hurt people he loved, and believe it or not, he's here to help Sonny. He reveals he's investigating the attempts on Sonny's life, and he can't end them without the help of law enforcement. John quickly realizes by the look on her face that Sonny hasn't told her a bag at Sonny's gym. Curtis wants to know what is bothering him. Drew admits Carly is worried he's changed, and is holding on to what happened to him. Curtis assumes this is about the Nina situation. Drew knows she's a friend, but Curtis says Drew is too, and he doesn't like what she did. Drew explains Carly feels he's not moving on. Drew works out and says he's trying to process his anger and move on. Curtis understands and says he felt rage when he found out he was paralyzed, and he was mad at the world and God. Drew understands those feelings and wishes Carly could understand what he's going through. He has to process at his speed. Curtis asks if this is a minor disagreement or something more. Drew says they'll see, but Curtis didn't come here for a therapy session. Drew tells Curtis he's looking great, and Curtis admits the procedure has been a godsend and he and Portia reconnected. Drew is happy for him, and Curtis says he's glad they never gave up. Curtis admits he didn't make it easy for Portia, and he pushed away everyone who loved him after he was shot. He realized if he didn't want to live his life miserable, he had to change his outlook, and now he and Portia are back on track. Drew knows what Curtis is doing and isn't subtle in trying to give him advice, and he hears him. Drew admits he hasn't really been playing fair, and Carly didn't want him to go to prison for her, but he did, and a slip of the tongue made it seem like he resented Carly for it. Drew asks if he blames her, but Drew doesn't. However, he knows Carly has sacrificed things for him too, and thinks back on Carly saying to move forward, she has to put Nana behind her. He thinks maybe it's time he does the same thing for Carly. Back at Bobby's, Carly returns to the counter, and John is gone. He left a note with his check that reads, "I'm sorry for upsetting you." She thinks about Drew and quitting Crimson. She says he's not the only reason she's upset, and she's sick of not being considered. Suddenly, Drew appears. Nina arrives to see Ava at the gallery and needs her help as she's about to lose Sonny for good. Ava thought they were in a holding pattern, but Nina reveals Sonny served her with divorce papers. Ava says she's not surprised as Sonny's been re-examining his whole life lately. Nina won't give up on Sonny, and she wishes she could talk to him and remind him what they mean to each other. Nina was hoping Ava could get Sonny someplace where she was, like call him here so that they can talk. Ava says she can't do it, and she has a very busy day and an appointment coming up. Plus, she doesn't think Sonny will like her interfering in his personal life. Nina says she is running out of options. Ava is clearly uncomfortable and says no good can come from her meddling in their marriage as it could harm her relationship with Sonny. A shocked Nina gasps, "You and Sonny have a relationship now." Ava says she means their co-parenting relationship, and Sonny still has primary custody of Avery, and she can't rock that boat. Nina understands and says she just got thrown by the word choice. Ava explains they are coexisting well and doesn't want to jeopardize it. A man enters with a delivery for Ava. They are escrow papers as someone has bought Windermere and Spoon Island. Ava says the developer plans to separate the land into separate lots, and she doesn't care what they do with it as she just wants to move on from that awful place. She says Spencer was the only one with a connection to it, and, with him gone, nobody needs it. Ava is looking to the future. Their discussion goes back to Sonny. Ava tells Nina that she thinks she needs to give Sonny time, but Nina says she has. Ava explains he's lost a lot lately, and Nina knows Spencer's loss hurt him. Ava adds, and now Dex is gone. Nina is stunned and asks what is going on. Ava won't say anymore, and Nina vents about Sonny shutting her out. She cries, "If he wants to end our marriage, he could have the decency to say it to my face." Suddenly Sonny appears and says, "Here I am." Nina asks if they can have a word, but all he does is ask Ava if she's ready. Nina realizes Ava's appointment is with Sonny. Ava goes to get her things, and Nina tries to talk to Sonny. He says, "Not now." Nina asks when. After she gives him a divorce, she says they made vows, and he can't spare an hour for her. Ava returns, and Sonny tells her to head to school and that he'll meet her there or at home later. Once alone, Sonny tells Nina she has the floor, so say what she has to say. On the next General Hospital, Nina dares Sonny to say he doesn't love her anymore. Spinelli tells Maxis he's falling back in love with her. Christina asks Blaze if she's sorry she called her girlfriend. Blaze tells her mom that she has one big reason to tell her everything. Carly yells at Drew that she doesn't see how this relationship can work if he can't let go.